describes this phenomenon with relation to the ultimate form of soul. It says, suddenly you will find yourself that your faculty of hearing and your faculty of seeing is immensely sharpened. It's intensely sharpened. So that is what I am pointing out. There are two different references to this. First, when man is born out of nothing on this earth. Then the Holy Quran says, and lo, suddenly we make him seeing and hearing thing. While the dead matter, the chemicals and the physical things by themselves, by the internal law, cannot see nor can they hear. So the difference between the dead matter and the life, as summarized by the Holy Quran, is this: lo, we make him Samiyam Basira, something which begins to see and begin to hear. Now, having said that, when it turns to the rebirth of the soul, much later on, it uses the same style of expression, but only adding a heightened feeling and most intense feeling of awareness. Then the soul would realize what it had been doing, what it has come into, and then it will be able to see God as we thought we saw, but it would be different. Then the things of heaven or paradise, which that soul will begin to enjoy, the reaction would be, we have been given things like this before. I mean, the player would be something which would be as if they were familiar with. The Holy Quran says they would be answered, no, certainly not. They are remotely similar things. You feel that you have seen them, but now they are being presented to you in a form as if they are new things. They are so intensified. Now, what is intensified is their faculty of feeling, their faculty of recognition and consciousness. They have been sharpened, and accordingly their prayers will be sharpened, and accordingly their sense of pain will be sharpened. So that would be an intensified hell and intensified heaven. So in the light of this, I don't know whether your question is answered or not, but this is the type of soul we are talking about. Right? Thank you.
Islamically, is there any other...
Speak louder a bit, please. Yes?
Islamically, is there any other allowed reason for abortion apart from if the mother is in danger?
The Holy Quran positively prohibits application of abortion out of the fear of paucity of food. That is for economic reasons. It says it is a reflection on God, and a punishment is promised if one does this. But apart from that, as a whole, it speaks of murder. Don't commit murder. So when it speaks of murder, it says without valid reasons. So whatever differentiates between abortion and murder is the central message should be kept in view. If abortion becomes more inclined to murder, then it is positively prohibited and one would be answerable. Why should you describe it as not murder despite killing a being? The reason lies elsewhere. Only when you think that this smaller, comparatively insignificant life is threatening life of the mother, then this sacrifice will not be called murder. If again you find permission from Allah to kill life, like in so many other cases you get permission. So justification is to be sought. So strong justification that the one who takes the decision of abortion is fully satisfied that when he appears before God, his case will be not treated as that of a murderer, but as that of a person who had license from God. So that is what I can tell you in generalization. In individual cases, it's impossible to tell you in detail which case is right and which case is wrong, because so many things are related to intentions. And one may present to himself false intentions, false justifications. So this matter can only be judged by God. Now why is it that you are always obsessed by only this question? Because of our last so many meetings, you have been repeating this question alone.
I haven't asked this question before.
Other questions, please.
No, because specific thing was children who are born with spina bifida. People who are born with spina bifida or without a brain. I mean, what's the point of them being born from that point of view?
Spina bifida and conditions in which...
Encephalus, etc. Yes, I know. Yeah. On that I have already spoken, haven't I? I have.
Okay.
I told you if justification is found to kill, then you can kill, not otherwise. Now, can you kill an invalid? Can you destroy the life of a person who is at disadvantage by suffering from encephalus or some other diseases? Do you?
But in
No, tell me.
No.
No, why not?
Because it's murder.
So why do it at an earlier stage?
No.
There I spoke of a period in the embryonic stage when perhaps the area is more undefined and ambiguous, more misty area, where we cannot say for certain that this child, if it is delivered, can live. So you can seek shelter in that mist, under that mist, by saying that because the life of this child has not attained an independent entity so far, so maybe we are permitted to abort it for even lesser reasons. But where it has reached a stage where it can certainly live in its own life when delivered, then you have no right to kill him in the name of mercy. That would be mercy killing as much as you decide to kill a delivered child or a person at any stage of his life. Right? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walsam.
Adam and Eve were not the first person, not the first people on earth. But
So,
who were the first people on earth, and why do they say that Adam and Eve were the first people on earth?
you see, Adam is a term which can be differently applied. By Adam in religious terminology, we mean the first man who received a revelation from Allah and was made a leader of men, receiving his authority from Allah. That Adam was most certainly not the first man on earth. And the Holy Quran is very clear and specific about it. That person who was the first Homo sapien, or before that humanoid, that person might have been one or two or so many. And the scientists are not yet resolved as to there being only one single ancestor of human beings, or being so many different and